EAU is a big congress, and we should start thinking a little different. It means during this congress, during such a big congresses, we have several generations of urologists. And I will tell you that this type of congresses is actually a new initiative. It's nothing like 250 years old. They started those congresses probably 25, 30 years ago. And well, I understand that back in 1991, there was 120, 150 people, members of European Association of Urology. Nowadays, it's like 15,000 people. So basically, first of all, it's not only learning, it's to be surrounded by friends, by colleagues, and of course there's a huge views exchange during these congresses. So basically, it should not be simplified, saying what's the benefits for someone of those congresses. Potentially, we should be selective, and we try to raise our younger generations to appreciate, first of all, getting together initiatives, getting together time, which is of course very, very important on a professional level. Great question, because remember about newspapers. Do we need newspapers? Do we need journals? Do we need paper editions? The answer is very simple, yes, we do need it. Do we need congresses? The answer is yes. The main goal in Europe achieved is we try to unite European urology. And European urology probably became homogeneous in a good mean. And it's a huge task. And this task was actually fulfilled very effectively through those congresses also. So I do believe that there is strong need of European meetings, of course. We're talking about EAU congresses. And attracting 15,000 people and this exhibition and everything getting together. Let's say if you raise a young guy in a department, and we have a lot of residents in our department, first of all, they need to learn how to speak English. That's one achievement. Second achievement, they need to learn how to present papers, how to participate in discussions. So a medical profession is a quality profession. Means medical profession united by leading minds is how it should be. So I do believe that this homogeneous task to be equally effective in Europe is actually partially achieved by those congresses. Impossible to answer this question in, let's say, this particular achievement in technology or any study performed changed our profession dramatically. I would say that there are some highlights of every Congress, and in this Congress, for example, quality of life issues. They're raised in a totally different manner. It becoming very important because we're facing urological patients differently nowadays. Second thing, of course, robotic surgery. Robotic surgery dramatically changed urology. And finally, molecular biology, immune therapy, which we believe will be probably the main targeted therapy in oncology pretty soon. So there are a wide variety of uprising, new coming technologies, molecular technologies, which probably some sort of in between urology and basic science. So many departments nowadays in Europe are dedicated to basic science, because modern urology cannot be separated from a basic scientist. So that would be the main thing, not maybe during this Congress, but during past 6-7 years. I do believe that if you guys post on the web and you actually try to cover not only European urologists, but probably urologists worldwide, I do believe that for many Eastern countries, Japan, coast, maybe even for South American countries, those are very important. So if they may have unbiased personal views or unbiased data directly from the Congress, that would be greatly appreciated. Oh, on reading European Medical Journal, it depends. It depends what kind of journal you guys gonna produce. It could be everyday thing for every doctor. That's what we need probably. We need like simple ad, simple source of information, for example, for every day. Could be the case. Or we need unbiased coverage of every Congress. And nowadays we have like 2 congresses per week probably in urology worldwide. So it's a stream of congresses on the different languages. So if you may cover them unbiased, that will be fantastic tool for all of us. You know what? Nowadays you may compare them. I'll be the last person to say they're all the same, they're all different. But again, if you're selective, if you're not a traveler, and you're not traveling just to travel, if you're participating, and if you enjoy this, taking part of these congresses, so you may be selective and you may go 1 to 3 times a year to several places, different places, and learn a lot. You know what? Not recently. It used to be the case. Not recently. Because of you guys, because we're prepared. Because we're learning about many things beforehand. Means we are prepared. Plus, again, we should make it very clear. To go to the Congress, to participate in the Congress, it doesn't mean that you shouldn't read medical journals. Because some people, some younger generation will say, look, I don't need to read this, because I will learn this during the Congress, which is a wrong way. So basically, if you being a medical doctor, fortunately or unfortunately, you should read every day. So reading every day, learning things, you basically prepare yourself for the Congress, you prepare yourself for publication, you prepare yourself for, let's say, communication with your colleagues. And you develop yourself. Well, the main change, the Congresses became bigger. That's it. That's nothing like they changed. You know what? It's probably impossible for them to change. Because if you're talking about 15,000 people, it's difficult to, let's say, adapt something new. If you adapt something new, it's time consuming to prepare it as a package for doctors, for consumers. We're consumers. Okay, so basically, I do believe that those congresses will stay in a great demand among several generations of doctors, younger and more experienced.